My family and I used to live in these townhouses. You know the kind with the attached housing and everybody used a common area to park their vehicles. Our setup was fantastic because we were sort of on the end and we had a garage. Garage was packed with stuff because we'd moved out of a huge home into this tiny little townhouse, and so we, like everyone else, had our truck outside. One day I was outside washing my wife's truck when my neighbors, for the first time in 18 months, spoke to me. Now, this might not sound too amazing to you, but they lived right next door to me. We saw them all the time. My family and I were always trying to be nice to them. We'd say things like hello, and the best I ever got out of them was not sure what that means. And so here I am, covered in sweat and soap, holding this hose, washing my wife's truck, and he comes up to me, he and his wife, big beaming smile, and he says, "Hello! Are you going to wash my car next?" I stood there, and my mind was whirling with excitement until I noticed that his parents were with him. The only reason this guy was talking to me was to impress his parents with the fact that he was nice to his neighbors. Now, I've got a hose in my hand, and I'm a follower of Jesus, but sometimes I get a little mean, and I was fighting the urge to turn my hose on this guy and just spray him down. I'm trying desperately to have something nice come out of my head because the only thing whirling around in my mind was, what's wrong with you? For 18 months I've been trying to talk to you. For 18 months you've been pretending like I'm the worst thing you've ever seen in your life. And now you want to be my best friend because your parents are here? Well, I didn't do that. I wanted to, but the Holy Spirit's working on me. So out of my mouth came something like, yeah, sure, pull it up next in line, or I don't know, something like that. As he walked away and I began to immediately pick him apart, I remembered what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6, verse 1. And immediately I began to realize that at times in my life I act just like that guy. See, that's the verse where Jesus says, be careful. Don't practice your good deeds in front of men to be seen by them. Otherwise, you have no reward with your Father who's in heaven. Sometimes we get so caught up in impressing everybody else and doing the right thing in front of everybody else and not doing things that we should do because somebody's not looking. If we live our lives that way, we're never really going to have joy or peace. Remember, joy and peace come from our Father who's in heaven. He's not just talking about rewards you'll get one day when you get to heaven. Jesus is talking about right now. Rewards you get right now for living a life that is pleasing to God all the time, not just to be seen by people, but to be seen by your Father. Who are you being nice to? Who are you ignoring? Are you doing it because you want to impress them or stay away from them? Or are you doing what you need to do to show your Father in heaven that you love Him? If you do, I can promise you, you will receive rewards from Him who is in heaven. Rewards like peace, joy, and fulfillment. I'm Stephen Zemanek, and I'll see you next time.